The film started with a TV show host whose name was Lance. His show was a reality show. That is, the things shown in the basic show are fake. They are fake. But he used to show everyone as real. In the show, Lance shows everyone the episode video of his and his friends, in which he and his friends go to such places where abnormal things happen. That is, apart from normal, some ghost or thing. The name of this show was also Grave Encounter, which is also the name of this movie. He records and shows all the things that happen there. They go to a very old metal hospital for an episode, which according to the people here is a ghost hospital, which was also true. Will Lance and his friends be able to survive in this ghost hospital or not? We will find out in the story, because they did not know that this hospital is actually a ghost hospital. And what can happen to them here? Now they complete half of their hospital episode, but at present that episode is not shown. In fact, the producer of the Grave Encounter show was shown who was giving the interview, in which he tells that this show was stopped after 5 episodes. And the 6th episode, that is, the hospital one, was not shown to anyone. Because during the shooting, Lance and all his friends disappeared from the hospital. Then after a while, we got a video of those people without editing, which we edited and made a film. And everything was shown in the film, which happened in the hospital with Lance and his friends, which was all absolutely true. After saying so much, that film began to be shown, where first of all, we will see the cast of this film, in which the host of the show was Lance. Then comes the cameraman and the camera operator. That is, who will put the camera and fix it when it is broken. After that comes the paranormal investigators. That is, who are experts in black magic, ending magic, and driving away ghosts. All this was fake for them. No one had any information about whether there were ghosts in that hospital, because all their previous episodes were also fake. They also came close to the hospital, which was closed for a long time. But there were rumors about it, that the sounds of the patients laughing come from here at night. In the film, a doctor tells that such patients were brought to this hospital, whose mental balance was absolutely bad. That is, there were no chances of their recovery again. The patient could not recover by coming here anyway, because they were not given anything to eat and drink properly. This hospital was no less than a jail for them. The head doctor of this hospital was very strange, because he used to conduct illegal experiments on the people here. So some patients got tired of this and killed that head doctor. That is why it is said that the souls of all the dying patients still roam in this hospital. Also, the doctor who experiments with his nurses at night. Now, to find out how much truth was in this, Lance and his colleagues came to the hospital. But they had no hope of anything strange, because they were making fun of all these things. As soon as night fell, they set up their camp at the main door of the hospital. Lance tells the wardman here that you close this door from outside. Do not open the whole night. Open it at 6 in the morning. The camera operator sets up a camera everywhere, where there were more chances of paranormal spirits. It was too late, but they still do not feel anything strange. There were many long tunnels under this building, which were connected to another building. After a while, when the cameraman was alone, his back door opened on its own, because of which he gets a little scared. This is what a paranormal investigator felt, that there is definitely a ghost here. That is why he tries to talk to the ghost with the help of a device. And then suddenly, the girl who was a paranormal investigator, her hair shakes some unknown power that was not visible, because of which everyone was very scared. And now they were convinced that there was really something here. But Lance was not worried about this, but he was happy, because today he had come to a real ghost place for the first time, and he could become rich from all the videos that were shot here. After this, all these people come back to their camp and wait for the wardman to open the door, whereas the camera operator goes to remove all the cameras alone. But because it was too late, he did not come back. That's why everyone went to look for him, except for a paranormal investigator. But then, an invisible power drops the cameraman down, because of which he got a little hurt. Then all the people came back to the camp, because they did not find the camera operator. The strange thing was that it was 7:30 p.m., but the wardman had not opened the door yet. But because the cameraman has to get out of here anyway, that's why he breaks the door. But these people see that the door is not outside, but it is opening at another place of the hospital. They break some more doors, but all were opening inside the hospital, because of which they understood that the hospital is changing its way. And the way to go to all the windows and roofs was also completely sealed. That is, it was closed in such a way that it was very difficult to open it again. So now all these people got worried thinking that we are stuck in this hospital. One strange thing was also that it was noon now, but it was still night in the hospital, which means that this hospital is not only changing the place, but also changing the time in its control. Now they got tired and sat in one place and go to sleep. And now they had been here for 21 hours. When they woke up, they started looking for a way to get out again. That's when they heard the scream of the camera operator. As soon as they reached there, a girl was standing facing the wall. But as soon as she turned, her face was very sad, because she was a soul. As soon as she screamed, her face got worse and more terrible. Now seeing such a dangerous sight, all the people got very scared. That's why they immediately run away from here. But in this chase, the paranormal investigator separated from them. When he was standing in one place, suddenly an invisible force was picking him up and killing him, due to which he was so injured that his condition became incurable. After which the ghost kills him. Now the remaining 3 people came to one place and hid. But after a few hours, they saw that the patient's bracelets had come on our wrists, as if they are patients and have come here to get their treatment. So they got very scared about this. They started trying to find a way again, because they had no other way to get out. Where they found the camera operator, who was also scared, and he was wearing clothes like a patient. And now, he had become a patient of the mind completely, because he started doing crazy things. He then tells them that you can all get out of here. You just have to get your treatment from here, because this thing has been told to me. Now, after a while, the evil hand comes out of all the walls of this place and attacks them, because of which they have to run away from here. They came to a place where a girl was standing near the bathtub, and the bathtub was filled with water. Suddenly, the girl jumped into the bathtub and took her life, and all the water is filled with blood. After seeing this, everyone's screams came out. When the cameraman was standing near the bathtub, then suddenly the girl came out of the bloody water. She catches the cameraman and takes him in the water with her. But when they came near the bathtub and started checking, then the cameraman and that girl had disappeared. Now Lance and the paranormal investigator got a lift. That's why Lance quickly goes to take another iron rod, because he still had hope that we can get out through the tunnel. When he was taking the iron rod, then suddenly a scary patient's ghost, whose mouth was bleeding, his eyes were black. He attacks Lance. But as soon as he comes out, he opens the lift with the rod. But the ghost of that patient again attacks him. Then they pushed him out of the rod and came inside the lift. There, the camera operator, who had gone completely mad and was fed up of all the situation, he jumps and takes his life. He also died a very bad death. And now only Lance and the investigator were left, who had come down from the stairs of the lift into the tunnel, and were moving forward in the same tunnel. But because the hospital was changing place, so the tunnel was not ending. In fact, it was getting longer. Lance tells the investigator that we have been walking all day in this tunnel, but it is not ending, and we are not able to get out. I think we are badly stuck here, and this haunted hospital will never let us get out of here. The investigator had become very sick, while Lance had also lost hope. That's why, when people were sleeping in the tunnel, then suddenly there was a storm there. And when the storm was removed, then the investigator had also disappeared from there. And now only Lance was left. After a while, Lance started screaming badly, because his mental balance had also become very bad. Screaming, he started talking to the ghosts. He says, "Kill me too. You have not left anyone there. You have also made me like this." Saying this, he also becomes conscious. But this time, when he came to his senses, then there was a door in front of him. When Lance opened the door and went inside, then it was the office of that head doctor. Lance saw the pictures of those patients here, on whose mind the head doctor had done that wrong experiment. He also found a place in the office, where the black magic, ritual stuff was lying, and a book with black magic, on which mantras, etc., are written, from which it was clear that he is a mad doctor. Not only did he experiment illegally, but he also did black magic rituals on these patients. But why? We will know the answer to this later. But by doing this to the doctor, some doctors and the souls of the patients. were trapped in this hospital forever. Then suddenly, in front of Lance, doctors and the souls of his nurses come, who were now going to treat their next patient. And the next number was not of anyone else, but it was of Lance. After which we can hear the scream of Lance. Once again, he comes in front of the camera and tells that my treatment is done, and now I am absolutely fine. I have got to leave. I can go home. After this, I was shown as a producer of another film, who had clearly said earlier that this film is absolutely real. It is true, but now he denies this. He said that this is just a fake film, which I made and showed people and nothing else. Maybe he is lying here. He wants to hide this. So now, is this film real or fake? This time, to find out about this, a boy, Alex, and his friend are going to go to that haunted hospital. After this, we were shown some YouTubers who were giving a review of the film Grave Encounter. That is, what kind of film is this? Is it drowny or not? Yes, some people liked this film a lot and also started drowning, while some people found it completely useless. It was nonsense. One of these people was Alex, who did not like this film very much, and he only gives it 1 star, because he was also a filmmaker who was going to make these films, and he thought of himself as the best filmmaker of this time. He did not like this film, because he had to say that I could have made it even more horror and drowny. One day he gets a video message on this review of his, which was not of anyone else but of Lance. And this message was not sent by a living person. In fact, it was sent by the soul of a patient in the hospital, by making an ID of his name. And he sent this video to Alex, so that he can bring him to the hospital by provoking him. Seeing this, Alex started researching on the cast of this film, from which he comes to know that the Hospital of Grave Encounter was his last episode, because after that, all these actors and actresses had disappeared. Seeing which, Alex also started feeling that Grave Encounter was a true film. So, to confirm this, he decides to meet the producer of that film. The producer agreed to meet him, but without any camera. But still cleverly, Alex hides a small camera and takes it. There, the producer tells that yes, this film is really real, and I did not get all those videos myself. In fact, someone had sent it to me. And because at that time, my company was in debt, so I decided to make a film by combining all those videos, and then release it, because I was hoping that we will be able to earn money from this. But it was beyond my imagination. That film became a super hit above the hit. But I made an agreement with the family of the cast of the film. I told them that none of you will report their disappearance, on which they agreed. The Alex, who felt bad, he decided that I will bring this truth of the producer in front of everyone. But he did not have any solid evidence. He came to him and showed the video to all his friends and said that I'm feeling something wrong. We should also go to that hospital and make a film like Grave Encounter. Now Alex got another message from the soul of the patient, which he was saying that I want to meet you. Location will be the same hospital. Now Alex agreed to it, because he did not know that a ghost was calling him. Along with himself, he also convinced all his friends to go. The next day, he reached outside the hospital. There was a guard standing there. That's why he could not go inside. But as soon as night fell, he escaped from the guard and came inside the hospital. Alex's camera operator friend fits the camera at every place where the previous camera operator had done. Alex's friend tells that we should not get lost like the previous group. That's why we brought light sticks and horns with us, which can come to us when we get separated. Now, after visiting the whole hospital, he finally comes to the place where the ghost of the patient had called him to meet him. He finds a spirit board in this room, which is used to talk to the souls or to call the souls. Alex's friend says that we should use it. So now people try to talk to the soul by placing their hand on the board and ask him to tell his name to all the souls here. Then the soul tells him the same name with which Alex was messaged, by which he understood that it means that a soul has called us here, which everyone was scared to know. As soon as the news of this incident is reported, the board and table fly in their own air, due to which his condition deteriorated, because he had known that yes, there are really ghost souls here. And the Grave Encounter film is true. He quickly came to a room and hid, where the security guard had found him, and tells him to go out from here. Then he heard a voice from the upper floor. The guard goes to check, but did not come back after a long time. And then he heard a gunshot, which everyone is very scared to hear. She tells Alex to hurry up. The ghost is getting scared from here. But Alex says that I will not go without taking my camera. He tells his friend to remove all the cameras. As soon as his friend started removing the camera near the window, that's when an invisible ghost pushes him hard and throws him down. She came there quickly. She is very scared to see this sight. They started trying to run away from here. They were looking for the door. But it is obvious that this hospital changes places. So, like that group, they do not have any way to run away. As soon as they went to the room, a girl was sitting there, which suddenly turns into a ghost and started scaring them. Because she was a soul, she started running away from him. Because of which a girl was separated from him. Because of which the invisible ghost comes there and kills him. On going to the other room, they find the guard there. He was lying on the table, and someone was giving him electric shocks. He is given such a strong electric shock that his body did not burn. He was completely burnt, and that's how he dies. Then suddenly, a scary ghost comes out of a window and attacks them. But these people escape from him and finally come out of the main door. But that ghost could not come out, because he was a patient here. That's why he was stuck there. Now, Alex and his two friends had come to the room of their hotel. They start packing quickly, so that they can run away from here. But as soon as they came in the lift, they again come to the hospital's tunnel, which means that they had never gone out. Just this hospital had changed its direction and went towards that room. For a while, this hospital and the ghosts here are also playing with their minds. On going further in the tunnel, they met a strange man, because he was doing crazy things. He had long hair. Then here we found out that he is no one else but a corpse, who has been settled here for a long time, and is alive because he eats rats and survives. Now, as we know that the time of the hospital also changes. So according to the corpse, he has been settled here for 9 months, while actually he was settled here for 9 years. Because of living here for so long, he had also made a complete map of the hospital, which was much bigger than a city. The corpse tells him that I have opened all the doors of this hospital, but there is a red door that I have not been able to open yet, because there is a thick chain on it. According to me, that is the way out. But to cut that chain, we need a cutter, which is lost, because Alex had dropped it somewhere. But according to the map, he had come to the room where the cutter was, which he also finds here. So to rest a little, he stayed in this room. But here we see a very strange sight. A camera was making a video of him floating in the air. This was actually a soul who was recording him. But why? We will find out this reason later. After waking up, Alex's friend went to the washroom. He leaves the last message for his mom-dad, that a corpse has come from the hospital, who strangles him and kills him, and the cutter runs away from there. After which he cuts the chain of the red door and opens the door. But nothing happens. That is, he did not find the way to go out. That's why he screams and says to the souls here, that I did exactly what you said. Then why didn't you show me the way out? After which, a soul writes on the wall, that you do this, collect all the tapes, and complete this film. Which means that the ghosts want this film to be completed. So that after watching the film, as many people as possible come here to see if there is really a ghost here or not. This will happen that the head doctor will treat more people and will sacrifice people for his ritual. Now, Alex and his friend had come to the head doctor's room, where the doctor was experimenting on an old man and was going to sacrifice a small child for the ritual. And by doing this evil ritual, he has connected the real world and the world of souls to this hospital. Now, with the help of the map, Alex and his friend also reached the red door, where there was also a corpse. He says that I want all the tapes. And yes, someone can go out of here with all these tapes. With the same thing, a fight started between the corpse and Alex, with which a portal opened on the wall there, in which the corpse had gone, the place which was actually the world of souls. So now Alex had understood that why have the souls called me here? To complete the film. And now I have to do it somehow and complete it. And because only one person can go out of here. That's why Alex attacks his friend's head with a camera. By hitting him, his head is crushed. by which he dies. After which he puts all the tapes in a bag and comes out of the red door. He was in the fields, because he really came out of the hospital. After this, we see Alex with the film's producer, because Alex had completed the work of the souls. That is, he gave all the tapes to the producer, and he made the whole film, after which he was also released. According to the producer, the name of this second film is Grave Encounters 2. And this is also fake like the last part. Alex also supports him and says that yes, this film is really fake, because there is nothing like this in the hospital, and no one should go inside that hospital. By saying this, he was creating a spy among the people, so that as many people as possible go inside the hospital, because this way they have an advantage. People will go there. The spirits will scare them a lot and kill them, and he will make his film and release it by saying it is fake, and will earn a lot of money. And this series will always be chill. Now the doctor used to make these black magic experiments in films, because he used to enjoy doing this a lot. Like he loved to treat people who had become souls and do experiments. Then he used to send the souls of those people to the world of souls, because by doing this, he used to get power. And with this, both the parts of this movie end here.
Hope you like the video. Make sure to subscribe to get more videos like this. Thanks.